Pisces, we are doing astrology in the second part of the videos. So we're getting back to how the videos used to be when I first started the channel. Let's see how it goes. Take a deep breath. This is a lot of what the personal readings are like. So we know that Jupiter is coming into your sign. And I know I said we wouldn't talk astrology, but that's just the most obvious thing here. You are in for an incredible time, inshallah, to come. And all you have to do is cultivate and practice this openness that is natural to you anyway. Make sure that there are as few boundaries as possible, ooh, what fun, between you and any avenues of abundance. What does that mean? That means money comes to me in work, but also in play. The way that money comes to me is varied and beautiful and unconventional and may have a lot to do with new technologies and new ways to buy and sell. You are opening your mind and therefore your pockets up to new financial worlds. This need for others, this need for the institution or the establishment to help you, this need to be somehow legitimized by an institution, it's gone. Also, your need to ask for financial help or support disappears as Jupiter brings you tons of good luck. So much, in fact, that you can repay your debts, but also can have a little fun with your money. This starts at the end of December. So what do you need to do now? 1, get really open. 2, make a list of all the people you owe money to. 3, make a list of your bad habits and the things that you want to spend money on right away. And then go through the list and be ruthless and edit it down. Be disciplined with yourself. Once Jupiter comes into your sign, and you will have the best of both worlds. You will receive and receive and receive, but it will be only the things that you want, because you will be disciplined in how you behave and what you let into your life and what you allow Jupiter to expand. If you are serious and committed and disciplined, this can be a time of great progress, great risk, and great reward. Enormous leaps and jumps in our ability to communicate, but also in being noticed and people coming to us. A few of those opportunities are things that you had given up on, that you regretted not getting, that you were in some way sad that you were not a part of, and a version of that thing or something better comes along and even heals that luck-related wound. It's time to celebrate. It's a time to put these habits you've picked up while you've been stagnant and in pain and confused. It's time to put those habits away, especially the ones that you do in the name of celebration, the ones that you've convinced yourself are ways to let off steam. They are not. They're a way for you to keep to where you were, where you no longer are, to keep you in a past that no longer exists. Whatever habits you have associated with this time, whatever self-soothing mechanisms you picked up, it's time to let those go. because Jupiter will take those and have a field day with them. You just cannot have this right now. And so if December seems a little bit tough, it's because it's pointing these things out to you to prep you for the great time that's coming, that's right around the corner, that's just a few weeks away. But this stuff cannot be there when Jupiter gets there. Yes? Yes. Well, what should be there? What should we be adding to the pot? What do we want to expand? The work that one does on our connections, the work that one does on trusting one's feelings and one's intuition, the work that one does that enriches our intuition and makes us even stronger and better at following our gut. Your superpower, your tap into the divine. Love you.
Hi Pisces, welcome to the second part of your reading. Happy eclipse. Okay, we're a couple of days out and you may be in the midst of what seems like an emotional crisis and you're like, Queen of Cups, yeah, I'm not really feeling like the Queen of Cups right now. It's okay. What you need to figure out is what works, what needs to be modified, what needs to be changed. There is a charitable element to whatever the situation is around which the crisis is based. Could be a relationship, a friendship, a career choice, a school choice, right? An academic choice. Something where the ratio is off of giving and taking. You've been giving, and as we've discussed several times, you can give to the point of robbing people of their dignity and their ability to do for themselves. Sometimes that's financial too. Oversharing, overgiving, lack of boundaries isn't just an emotional thing, right? That applies to everything. If what Warren Buffett says is true, and I ascribe to it, that if you cannot handle your emotions, if you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your money. If you have no boundaries, it's obviously very difficult to control your emotions. If you have no boundaries and therefore it's difficult for you to control your emotions, then it would stand to reason by this logic that you would find it difficult to control your money. So 2 of Pentacles and then 6 of Pentacles. This is something to watch out for, only because, okay, all of this, the caveat under which all of this now falls is Jupiter goes direct. Things are going to get magnified and exaggerated. Depending on what you put in front of it, that magnification and exaggeration is very welcome. Okay, but where you are giving too much, now that gets exaggerated and turned into deep resentment in the other person or in that institution or whomever it is that this clash. It's a very subtle clash as well. I'd like to mention that. This is not like a knockdown, drag out thing. This is something that, because you are Queen of Cups, highly intuitive, you're already beginning to sense, okay, there's an imbalance here. You know, I'm not doing anything wrong, but I am acting against my best interest. Let's put it that way. There's nothing wrong with helping people. Nothing wrong with being generous. Nothing wrong with being kind. Nothing wrong with being all 3 of those things to the same person or in the same situation. But doing that, being a good or a bad person, right? Put that to the side for a second, even though I know you can't, right? You're incredibly moral, we get it. But just because something is good, is it right? Is it the right time to do it? Does it further your best interest or does it work against you? Okay, so you're coming to grips with this idea. And behind this idea, behind this realization, behind the modifications that come from it, is a vision. And it's a vision, it's very singular. I don't think you should be telling anyone about it right now. I don't think it's something that anyone will understand. The fool's journey is not one that can be told in the moment. It is something that is told in hindsight. In the moment, the fool's journey seems insane, just as that fool walking off that cliff seems insane. There's no way to take people on your fool's journey, hero's journey, same difference, with you. Okay? There's no way to narrate and document your way through it. It's something that's understood with hindsight. In the moment, it just seems like a series of choices that are baseless and risky and foolish. Okay? So there's no need to kind of smother anybody with this. You are going on your fool's journey. You figured some stuff out. It's unblocked you. There's a creative vision somewhere back there behind this stress. And in the middle of December, it kind of just click, unlocks, and you have some decisions to make. You can collaborate and compromise, right? Or you can do what you want. I have a feeling, Knight of Wands, that you're going to do what you want, and that's okay. You should. I would too. I think you're in a good space for it. Yes, collaboration is fun, compromise is great, but sometimes you just want to do your own thing. And I think right now you really want to do your own thing because, like I said, I think your vision is specific, and I think your vision is specific and weird and dope. And if you give it time and energy right now, it will turn into something huge, inshallah. You know why? Jupiter. To be inspired now is such a gift, considering that in 20 days, you have all the luck in the world flowing into you, right? So, of course, take the risk, and of course, do it alone. Be bold, but just remember that your sense of self, your self-image, has to be appropriately high enough. You have to believe that you can do this on your own. If you don't believe that, that's okay. That's something you can work on. But then be realistic and collaborate with someone who you do believe you can do it with. The point is, the only way this gets done is if you believe in it. And that means you have to believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, then you shouldn't go it alone. Then you should collaborate and compromise. But if you feel that you are worthy and deserving of the success that comes with you following through on this idea by yourself, then by all means, go for it. The things that you want, the goals that you have, they absolutely matter. And they're not small goals either. They're quite big. And a lot of them have to do with, how do I say it? Kind of throwing it back in the face of those who made you feel abandoned, forgotten, you know, those that when they left you pretty stuck and pretty destructive. I think your work and your resilience, your persistence in just being here, your ability to put forward work through the pain, through the confusion, but more than anything, just to remain and to be here with almost a childlike Page of Cups sense of enthusiasm. It's wonderful. Now, one of the things that you may want to do before Jupiter gets here to get yourself mentally out of the rut you're in, or maybe just out of excitement, you're going to want to overspend on clothes. Oh, you're really going to have to watch yourself because you're going to come up with a million excuses for why you really, really, really need those shoes. Because like, it's just such a look and it's such a vibe and it's such a part of your new thing because you just like feel your new you and you're so ready and it's going to be your birthday almost anyway. So why not? I hear you and I get it. And still no. Still no. Just don't. It's not, you are going to come up with a million reasons to justify it, but don't do it. Just don't. You'll just have more money to spend in your season. Trust me. Love you. The extended is on Patreon and it's on Vimeo and the instant PayPal link as always. I think the first part of this reading was on Patreon like 10 days ago, so Patreon is a really good idea. Also, I made some new tiers, Pisces, so you can join the Pisces plus Virgo tier if you have Pisces and Virgo placements, or you can join the Pisces plus Virgo plus the Za tier. And if you don't know what the Za is, it's a collection of all the Instagram lives, all the craziness we get into, and all the motivational walks and meditative walks and dimension jumping and all the other cool stuff we do. I'm also starting to upload my most favorite TikToks to my Patreon as well. I love you, love you, love you. I'll see you in the extended right now.